Hey, it's Mr. H, and this is episode 3 of my DailyDesmos Graphing Challenge series. In each episode, I will take on one of the challenge graphs at dailydesmos.com, where the goal is to match the graph with just one equation, and I will talk you through my problem-solving strategies while I solve it. In each of these, I haven't solved them before, so you are getting the raw problem-solving thoughts of a math teacher while I'm challenging myself. And that way, we can learn and have fun figuring this out together. I'll leave a link in the description to the challenge page and also to my solution when I'm all done. All right, let's go. So let's see what today's challenge is. Up here at the top, we have this is called BLM number 0 Advanced. Let's check it out. All right, so we've got this swirling hashtag Black Lives Matter. Very cool, going around kind of in a polar swirl like this. Looks like we're going to have a slider, maybe a timer, as this animates going around. Creator, again, Dan Anderson. So here in episode 3, the goal is going to be to build this. All right. So let's get started by just naming this hashtag BLM number 0. Mr. H here to help. All right, great. Now, my first thought here is that I'm going to need to have a point where that point has a label. So let's just start off with the point 0, 0, and we'll make this a black color, and we'll put in our label. So that label was hashtag Black Lives Matter. All right, nice. So we've already got that wording that it showed, and we can hold down and click right here to turn off the actual point, so it only shows the wording. All right, nice. Now, we're definitely also going to need a slider. So let's make a slider here, and we'll say that this starts at 0 and goes up to, say, 20 for starters. And when we hit play, that's going to make that go up and up and up. Okay, very nice. All right, so here's what I'm thinking. We want this to go around, just kind of in a circular fashion. So the way that we could do that, if we just wanted it to go in a circle, would be to make this, the x coordinate cosine t, and the y coordinate sine t. And then what that should do is it should make this go around in a circle. Okay, very nice. But we don't want it to only go around in a circle. We also want this to be getting farther and farther out as we go as well. So the way that I'll do that is I need the values for x and y both to grow as this continues. So I want it to start at 0. I want it to be kind of very, very close and start at 0 for my x and y coordinate both, but then I want it to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So if I picture that function, it would be just saying that I have t here and t also there. Then it would start at 0, 0, and as t increases, this would get further and further out. So this should make us have a spiral, sort of like we had there. Very, very nice. Okay, now the interesting thing, though, is that we want all of these to continue to show up. We don't just want the animation of the spiral to happen once. We want it to happen and continue to show all of the values throughout there. So we are going to need a list. So let's try, we'll call this capital T. And I think my first idea would be that I want my list to start at 0, and I want it to go up by just a little bit. And let's say that I had that go up to whatever lowercase t currently is. So what's going to happen there is when t is 1, right, I would have an 11 element list. And so I would have them all the way up through here. Oh, so I'm going to need to change these to capital T. And we'll see what this looks like with all of these being capital T. And that's pretty promising. So as these continue out, that looks pretty nice. Okay, cool. Now, the next thing that I notice is that in the actual contest page, this spiral is much tighter. So there's a little bit of overlap here after it comes full circle around once. So I'm going to need to condense this down to make it tighter. So I think the way that I can do that is by just putting a factor in the front of each part, and that's going to make it come in tighter. It looks like maybe I need to go a little bit less. Let's go 0.2. Okay, let's see, 0.2 in both directions. Looks like we have a pretty good overlap. All right, but you will also notice here that I have more of those together. We can zoom in a little bit. Oh, so zooming really makes a difference too. So we will be off maybe by a factor, a linear factor here, but this looks pretty close to what we have. But I think that those words are too close together. So in order to change that, I'm just going to increase this by just a little bit. So it goes 0 to 0.15 as it goes up. And that looks a little bit more like the original. Okay, very, very nice. And we could change this so that it continues on much, much longer. And I think we have got it. So that would be able to keep on going. That's a pretty cool pattern, the way that that continues on. And our very last thing is how that they got the background was black and the wording was right. We'll just go to reverse contrast here, and we have that. Maybe even projector mode. No, not projector mode. But here we go. So let's play this one last time. We can slow it down a little bit so that it kind of looks like closer to what we had in the challenge. All right, this challenge is met. So that was episode 3, and you've seen my problem-solving strategy. If you liked this, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. And if you want to keep seeing more of these, click the bell notification icon, and that way you'll always be notified when there's a new video. Thanks.